You know that feeling when you walk into the supermarket, buy basically the same stuff you always buy, and somehow the bill is $50 or $100 higher? Or when you fill up the cart and suddenly it feels like you've just taken out a small personal loan? Well, you're not imagining it. And now we've got the data to prove it, because Aussies are not suddenly out there living large. They're not splashing cash around. They're not all driving luxury cars and dining at fancy restaurants every single night. No, Aussies are spending record amounts of money just trying to survive, money on the basics. But what if I told you the real inflation shock might not even be here yet? Because right now, behind the scenes, the cost of producing and transporting food in Australia is exploding, and it is getting worse by the day. And the people who actually make the stuff we eat are now warning the worst could still be ahead of us. Hey guys, it's Scott here. Now for weeks, I've been talking about how the war in the Middle East would eventually flow through into every part of Australia's economy. Not just higher petrol prices, but higher food, transport, groceries, packaging, construction. Basically, everything is going to go up. Well, now we're finally getting the hard evidence. It's starting to flow through. And in this video, I want to show you why Aussies just smashed spending records on debit and credit cards, why groceries are likely to get even more expensive, and why inflation in this country might stay higher for much longer than people realize. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Reserve Bank of Australia has just released new data on household spending, and the numbers are enormous. Aussie spent around $90.5 billion in March alone on their debit and credit cards. That's the highest March spending figure ever recorded in history. Debit card spending actually hit an all-time record of $60.5 billion. The credit card spend came in at around $30 billion, one of the highest readings in history as well. Now, at a first glance, you might think, well, Aussies must be out there partying hard. What the hell is going on? Nope, that's not what's happening at all. According to CanStar and the ABS, Aussies aren't splurging. They're not spending more because they want to. They're spending more because they have to, and that's really the key difference. The ABS monthly household spending indicator figures showed spending on essentials jumped up 8.1%. That's huge over the year to March. That was the biggest jump in non-discretionary spending since 2023. And one of the biggest drivers was, you guessed it, fuel prices. As we all know, petrol prices exploded higher after the Middle East conflict kicked off. The ABS says automotive fuel prices surged 32.8% in March alone, 32%. That's absolutely insane. And here's the problem most people don't fully understand. Higher fuel prices don't just hurt motorists, they hit literally every part of the economy. Trucks, farm machinery, factories, packaging plants, cold storage, food transport, supermarkets, construction, everything gets hit. Meanwhile, the ABS says discretionary spending on things like entertainment, eating out, travel, rose much more slowly. And that tells you everything you need to know about what's happening inside Australian households right now. People are cutting back where they can, but essentials, fuel, food, and groceries, are smashing family budgets anyway. Now here's where the story gets really concerning. Australia's food manufacturers are openly warning inflation at the supermarket checkout is going to get much worse than what it already is. And by the way, in the last 5 years, it's been absolutely insane, and it's going to get worse. The Australian Food and Grocery Council, which represents many of the biggest food producers, says costs are exploding right across members' supply chains. According to the AFGC, since the Middle East war began, wheat prices are up 11%. Soybean oil is up 14%. Palm oil is up 8%. Animal feed is up 9%. Fertilizer prices have surged 39%. And oil-based plastics used in food packaging are up 30%. Think about that for a second. Plastic containers, bottle caps, cling wrap, food packaging, all soaring because oil prices have surged. And this is the bit people often miss. Oil is not just fuel. It's in plastics, packaging, chemicals, fertilizers, and it's essential for freight and also manufacturing. The Food and Grocery Council says Aussies are going to be shocked to find out the hard way at how many products rely on oil at some stage of production. And according to the industry's own survey, 98% of food manufacturers say their input costs have risen, and nearly 1 in 5 say costs have jumped by more than 20%. That is absolutely brutal. Now, some people might say, okay, Scott, but if the war ends soon, won't prices just come back down? Not necessarily. Because supply chains move slowly. Even if peace breaks out tomorrow, those higher costs are already embedded into the system. Raw materials have already become more expensive. Shipping contracts have already been repriced and signed. Fuel costs have already surged. Manufacturers are already paying more. And here's the kicker. Many businesses haven't passed these costs to consumers yet, so they'll have to make up those losses in the future, even if those prices do come down a smidge. That means a lot of the built-up inflationary pressure is still traveling through the pipeline, hasn't hit you yet. Think about it, like a snake swallowing a football, the shock moves through the system extremely slowly, and eventually it reaches the checkout. That's why food manufacturers are warning supermarket inflation may have only just begun. Now here's the really dangerous part. Aussies are increasingly being forced to spend more money just to stand still. That's why debit card spending is smashing records, not because households are getting richer, but because life itself is becoming more and more expensive. And while credit card debt attracting interest only rose modestly in March, Aussie still owe nearly $20 billion on credit cards, and that is actually accruing interest right now. Nearly $20 billion at an interest rate often above 20% in some cases. That is financial quicksand, because once households start relying on high interest debt to fund essentials, things can unravel very quickly if unemployment rises or the economy suddenly slows down by a lot. And remember, the Reserve Bank has already warned inflationary pressures could intensify further in coming months. That means interest rates could stay higher for longer, mortgages could stay higher for longer. That's exactly the opposite of what heavily indebted households want to hear right now. So when you zoom out, this is not just a petrol and groceries are expensive story. This is an energy story, a supply chain story, an inflation story, and ultimately a living standards story. Australia imports huge amounts of fuel, huge amounts of manufactured goods, huge amounts of chemicals and agriculture and industrial inputs. We are incredibly exposed to global disruptions. And when something major happens on the other side of the world, Aussies feel it at the bowser, then at the checkout, and then higher mortgage repayments. Persistent inflation means the Reserve Bank keeps interest rates higher, which means higher repayments, higher rents, higher business costs, higher unemployment, and more pressure right across the economy. So what do you think? Have you already noticed food prices surging? What's becoming ridiculously expensive where you live? And do you think Aussies are really prepared for the big wave of inflation coming to a supermarket checkout near you? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. I generally enjoy going through your comments and what you think. And if you found this useful, hit like and subscribe, because I break down what's really happening in the global economy, the Australian property market, your money and your finances, so you can make the best moves for the people you love and you care about. Take care, guys, and I'll see you at the next video.